Wow, guys, it's just getting too crazy. I mean, Koro is leaking more and more every month, and it is just awesome. So let's get into this already. So anyway, but people have been waiting for, well, not exactly what we've been waiting for. We're waiting for the final evolutions of the starters, but we have the middle evolutions for the 3 Kalos region starters. Now, let's start with Chespin, because, you know, grass always comes first, right? Yeah. Chespin, I'm sorry, bro, but I think you lost. I think you lost big time. You gained like 50 pounds, and I don't know. I don't like this Chespin too much. It resembles Pignite way too much. Way too much. I mean, you guys can pull up a picture of Pignite and put him right beside this Chespin. Just way too much resemblance there. You know, I think most people are kind of anticipating Chespin to get like bigger and taller, more slim, with like some samurai kind of look. I don't know. But this is kind of the opposite path that we expected for Chespin. Anyway, we know that this guy has the move Mud Shot, so, you know, there is that rumor that he may be, you know, Grass Dark in his final stage. But, you know, I wouldn't write off Grass Ground just yet. He could wind up like Torterra. We don't know yet, so just hang in there. Next, we have Fennekin's evolution. I'm sorry if I'm not actually saying the Japanese names. We're going to get, like, English names tomorrow, I bet you, so just hang in there, because, you know, I really don't feel like pronouncing these Japanese names anymore, because if I do, people are going to come in on this video in the future and be like, oh, you're saying them wrong, you're saying the Japanese names, well, you're not saying the English names, because the English names aren't out yet. So anyway, this Fennekin evolution, it is basically Fennekin getting up on 2 legs. He's like a weird stick thing growing out of his tail. I don't know what that is. Kind of looks like a witch almost, you know, he has like the broomstick in his tail. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. But it would be kind of weird if Fennekin went from like being like a little fox thing to like a witch. So we also found out that he now knows the move Psyshock. People were thinking that it was Psycho Cut earlier this morning, but it was changed to Psyshock later on in the day. So just hang in there, guys. I'm hoping that he doesn't like break that stick off and uses like martial arts something and become like firefighting. That would just suck after all of this. So please, Fennekin, hang on to that fire psychic combination. We need it. And finally, we have Froakie's evolution. Now, I'll be the first person to admit, I did not like Froakie as much as the other 2 starters. But I had to admit, Froakie's first evolution definitely wins this round. Froakie, you won round 2. This is unbelievable. This is one of the best looking Pokemon I have ever seen. Look at this. It's like this awesome ninja frog. He kind of looks like he has like a hood on. I know that's just part of this coloration, but it just looks cool. I mean, it is a Pokemon that you can just naturally love. It looks acrobatic. I don't know. It just looks awesome. I'm loving this Pokemon. I'm still going to stick with Fennekin as my starter, but, you know, I have to admit, this is one awesome looking Pokemon. We also have confirmation that he knows the move Bounce. I totally did not see that coming. And now we have the 2 fossil Pokemon for the Kalos region. This guy with a weird Japanese name, I am not going to attempt to pronounce these Japanese names, as I already said, but yeah. This guy is the first ever Rock and Dragon type, I believe. So I also think that both of these fossil Pokemon have unique type combinations, which is very cool. But anyway, this guy, he has the new ability called Hard Jaw, which is pretty much like the crunching variation of the ability Iron Fist for like Golurk and stuff. Basically, it powers up moves like Crunch, Ice Fang, Fire Fang, Thunder Fang, Bite, maybe Hyper Fang, I don't know. So it's a pretty useful ability, I would assume. You know, this guy will probably be pretty good in Wi-Fi battles, you know, if he's not like slow and frail like Rampardos is. Please do not make this guy like Rampardos, Game Freak. We are begging you. You know, better stats, please. But I have to admit, this is a really cool Pokemon. I like this a lot. Now, this one I think I can actually pronounce. Its name is Amarusu, which is a Ice and Rock type Pokemon, and it has the ability Freeze Skin, which basically turns all of its normal type moves into Ice type moves. And it also powers up the Ice type moves. Now, that could be really helpful. Imagine having like a max power return, which is 102 power, I believe, and this turning that into a stab Ice type move and then getting another boost to it. That would be a very devastating attack. I am liking this guy. I like both of them. Personally, I think the T-Rex is a little bit better, but I like both of them a lot. And as I said before, I believe Ice and Rock is a unique type combination. Not entirely sure, but I think it is. Now, this is the Pokemon that was accidentally leaked during the last Pokemon Direct livestream facing off against Mega Venusaur. So, this guy's name is Horah Mayan. I think I pronounced that right. But anyway, he has a new ability called Fur Coat, which pretty much helps him out against physical attacks, so, allows him to take them a little bit better. So, that's a useful ability. And as you can see on the left, there are different ways to stylize this guy, kind of like make him into a poodle. I guess he's a dog, I don't know. But, you can kind of give him like different hairstyles and colors and stuff. It's a customizable Pokemon, so I think that's pretty cool. I'm not, the biggest person in the world. It's like, oh, let's go and mess up our dog's hair and stuff. I'm not that kind of person, but I still think it's cool that they're giving you a customizable Pokemon. Now, this psychic cat or fox thing or whatever it is very unique depending on its gender. Now, the male one, which is on the right, I believe, that blue one, he is more of a supporter Pokemon. He gets, moves that kind of support the team. And the female, which is on the left, is more of an attacker, so that's kind of weird. Normally the female is kind of the defensive Pokemon, and the male is the attacking Pokemon, but it's kind of switched up with this one. This is a pure Psychic type. I don't know if I already said that or not, but whatever, I guess. And we know that it has the abilities Keen-Eye and Infiltrator. I don't know why, but I really like the colors on these Pokemon. I think that these are really attractive, nice designed Pokemon, and I would like to actually use one of these guys. Now we have the new updated type chart for the Fairy type. We have confirmation that is super effective against Dragon, Dark, and Fighting. So, Spiritomb and Sableye, you guys are no longer in the No Weaknesses Club. Electros is all alone up there. He is the only Pokemon now with no weaknesses. And if you go back to my top 5 Pokemon that need evolutions in X and Y, I predicted that. Yeah. Get on my level. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, that's pretty cool. Spiritomb and Sableye are kind of vulnerable now, so I like that addition. The Fairy type is not very effective against Fire, Poison, and Steel type Pokemon. It is weak to Poison and Steel, and it resists Fighting, Dark, and Bug. There's also an unofficial rumor that the Steel type no longer resists Ghost and Dark, and, I guess Game Freak kind of realized, yeah, it doesn't really make much sense for Steel to resist Ghost and Dark, so I guess they're removing it. Again, not confirmed, but it is just a rumor. Now, this is what we have been waiting for. The second Mega Evolution for Mewtwo. This Mega Evolution is exclusive to X version, and it's basically like a martial arts, weird, fighting version of Mewtwo. It's actually a psychic fighting type, kind of like Medicham. And personally, I think that this Mewtwo form is basically taking a dump on Pokemon Y's face. I mean, I am loving this Mewtwo. It just looks so much better in the Y one, in my opinion. I don't know, but it just looks awesome. If you had told me 15 years ago, oh, JPR, one of these days Mewtwo's gonna be like a kung fu fighting weird guy like that, I would have never believed you. I would have laughed in your face. But this is awesome. This thing is awesome, and I love it. I mean, look at that. He's doing like a karate kick right there. That is just pure swag right there. That is an awesome, awesome thing for them to do for Mewtwo. And I believe that this Mewtwo actually has its attack boosted instead of its special attack. And here's some more interesting news. Mega Garchomp. Basically, it looks kind of like regular Garchomp, except it has like spikes all over its body now. And it has like these huge, awesome blade hands. Basically, Pokemon is saying, welcome back to Uberland, Garchomp. Man, they need to make another tier just for Mega Garchomp. Above Ubers. Just for people to battle their Garchomps. That'd be like the worst tier ever, but hey. I mean, this guy is going to be so powerful. Put him on a team like Tyranitar. He has the ability Sand Force now. He has increased attack. This is just going to be a monster. He's going to get banned in a minute. I swear. This is just mind blown. Now, sorry if this next picture is kind of low quality. I had to blow it up quite a bit. But anyway, Team Flare now has 5 scientists or commanders, whatever you want to call them. You can see them kind of swagging with their hipster glasses. They all have like different color glasses. I don't know what that's about. I don't know, but just their overall look, they kind of remind me of some people from like XD, Gale of Darkness, or Coliseum, something like that. I don't know why. They just do. I don't know. Oh yeah, and also Team Flare's goal is now to make a beautiful world. What? And finally, a little bit of anime news. In the X and Y series, a Mega Blaziken will be appearing towards the beginning of the series. And in the top, you can barely see it, but you can see the female protagonist and gym leader Clement with his Dedenne alongside Ash. Are these going to be Ash's 2 new traveling companions? I don't know. Nobody really knows yet. So, not really sure what that's showing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. What do you guys think of all of this news? Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.